too crazy. Oh, and I just realized we have not apparently gone live. I clicked that a minute ago. So, my apologies. 2 laps. Jimmy is going to kill me. So, sorry for missing the start there, but much better than 10 laps in or 10 minutes in. It's just progressively getting better. So, absolutely. So, looking here at this battle between Dominique and Mason. Dominique holding about a half a second advantage. You know, Nick here in the Scooby-Doo mystery machine. So, always a fun one.
It's kind of the same theme there as the Stilker. He's the brightest car in the whole.
Kind of hard to miss out.
So,
and we have Thaddeus Marshall back here.
Oh, James is off.
Oh,
spun around in the grass.
Yep, I'm trying to click on him. There he is. Let's go back here and see James going off track.
I think he just kind of lost it on his own. Typical McLaren things.
Let's see. Yep, back in. Just kind of snaps on it. But
can't say that is not.
Good job on the safe rejoin there. That's what you want to see. We'll go back live. Showing a crash here for Terry Jansen in the Hacker Golf BMW. What happened to Terry here? Ooh, just losing that back end. Almost a carbon copy of James there. Do you see those tires? I've never seen the sidewalls do that.
No.
That's new.
That was a good recovery overall, though.
We've got some drama here.
What's that? Oh, that's foul.
Ooh, McLaren doing, as you said, McLaren things. Ooh, Mark Thomas having to take some avoiding action. Good job there, Mark. And Powell getting off of the racing line.
Right ahead if he flipped to James down. There was a pretty good battle he just had. A little bit of contact, and we were okay.
Between James and Theodore here. Not used to seeing Theo. Oh no, sorry, that was Curtis. I'm looking at the live. So my display's a little different. Let's go back to live. It says live. Let's try this for a second. Huh. James losing the front end of the... Check back up here with Dominique in the lead and GTP coming up on the McLaren of Derek Booker there. So the first car... Yep, I'm showing... No, he came back on track. I'm not showing any towing for SDK. I think I'm gonna have to update the graphics. Oh, who just died?
Oh, that was James in the wall hard on the back of that battle. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Oh, he turned in, hit Dom, a little snap, and that looks like a recent hit.
Let's see here.
But he's driving it back into the pits.
Yeah, that's some pretty bad net code I'm thinking there, because that touch should not have caused that.
No, but he is back in the pits with that very hurt McLaren.
Is there a front? Hold on, let me pull the pit lane cam. I think he's missing a front tire.
I think so.
Left front suspension. Oh, yeah, there's no tire there, Tyler.
You might need that.
Yeah, that there's not much. It did not look that bad going into the wall. He's going to be there for a minute.
Now, if he drove it, I'm curious as to if he had his fast repair selected, because it should have fixed it by now.
No, he jumped to the pits. Which if he's towing... Oh, because he's past the pit entry line there. It may not play nice with him for that.
That is unfortunate.
But as Alonso says,
It's very true. All the time. You do have to leave the space.
you know, if I had the big stream deck, I would just have nothing but Alonso sound and Kimmy sound bites queued up for this. Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing. Looks like Mark Thomas here looking to make a move on Nathan's sides into the braking zone as Dom and Mason coming through as well. Yeah, trying to go 4 cars wide there. Nathan realizing that might not be the best spot to have a little playtime. Let's move back here a few spots. And ooh, it is a little bit of pandemonium with Nick and Brandon trying to get through this pack here. Mark giving them the inside there. Having his head up. So that is Sahaj coming around him now. And then he will have Thaddeus Marshall. They last for the GTPs to get through here. I say last. There's a B.
There's Abby.
I was wondering where Abby had gotten off to.
He's just running his own race, and I'm sure if it's going to be anything like the Miata race we did on Monday, he'll be there somewhere towards the end. Ready to sneak a position or two.
Definitely, it is a, what's the right thing to say? A very, I'm trying to remember what you call it. Very, very tight car to drive and not lose.
Yeah. Was it 2 seasons ago now, maybe? I ran the GTP last. I sucked it so hard. Because there's a very fine line in those cars between fast and in the wall at 200 miles an hour.
Yes, just a little bit with them. I mean, they're, yeah, and if we'd have had a wet race here today, it would be insane.
I think we'd have a very, very good chance at a GTP on the overall podium, or GT3, sorry, on the overall podium.
And here's your nice close battle with Nick, Brandon, and Sahaj trying to make their way through the GT3 traffic. They've gotten around Jake Browder, so they have... Oh, we have... What happened to Nickerson here? Lindsay and Elwood passing Nickerson. Oh. Looks like Nick kind of went wide and Lindsay followed him, but it's going to let both of those guys through there. All right, yeah. You don't see too many mistakes out of Nickerson there.
Oh, he's usually pretty on it. Very, very tough guy to get around and to stay fast.
Absolutely. So, I don't know if you can tell because I'm sharing my screen with you, but SDK is broken on my screen. It's correct on the stream from what I'm seeing.
I don't see your SDK at all.
Okay. So not a problem for you. So yeah, it's currently showing me that Abby's pulled up, but it's showing me Nick, and according to the stream, it is Nick. So yeah, SDK doing SDK things.
I just have all the IO delays up on my second monitor.
So
race control, the standings, who's how long on pit cycles and positions, gained and lost, all that fun stuff.
the interesting thing here is we've got Alan Elwood leading in GT3. I believe that is the first time that we have had an Audi leading. Uh-oh, broadcaster's curse. Let me get off of that one real quick because that's...
I can't be too sure. It is, I know, his first season here. I'm not sure. I haven't seen too many of the previous races. But it's nice to see a new name leading the field.
Right. If you're capable of running dead even with Ponzi and Nickerson right there, that puts you in some good company.
Yeah, they are very difficult to get by. Very, very good racers.
Checking back in here with our GTPs, there is the Scooby-Doo machine.
I do like that paint, just for the absurdity of it's so bright compared to the rest.
Yeah. So I'm used to Sahaj running a 2-1-2 paint job. That it does not appear to be one. Or do y'all not have it accurate?
If you look on the fin there,
I
you
see
can
it
just
there.
see 2-1-2. He does his own paints and then adds the 2-1-2. He's like 2-1-2 by proxy when he runs.
2-1-2 by proxy. Nice.
Yeah, he's not like me, Parks, Powell, Thad. I don't know if Thad's running one now, but he did last season. We all run 2-1-2 paints.
Let's see. Thad, that is definitely a 2-1-2. I can see the white and blue.
Oh, yeah. As we called it last season, it was pretty much LMP 2-1-2. Because I think by the end, there was nobody else that was not part of it.
There were just a few of y'all for sure. So, checking in here with last year, Kelly Corner. Or, no, last year it was it Ponzi that won GT3?
I believe Ponzi.
Yeah.
And true to form, he is in the lead of the race right now.
He is.
Got a 0.6 of a second gap. It's a very close battle for the lead. 4 cars there, all within a second or 2.
Is it 4 or is it? Yep, it is all 4. Jake Browder has closed that gap up. So this was the race last year. We had massive amount of disconnects on iRacing's end, and I wound up finding out that I couldn't shift my paddles if the steering wheels turned more than about 70 degrees, which made some of these corners very interesting for downshifts and upshifts.
That was the race we got the new rule implemented. I remember coming around the final corner onto the front straight and seeing the sea of people disconnecting and people coming over the mic asking what's going on. It was chaos.
I had that happen at the 4-hour VLN layout Nürburgring the other day. I was one of the ones that got booted this time. So, which normally, I've got gigabit fiber. Very rarely do I ever get disconnected. So, there we go. Jake making a move there on Nickerson.
To stick for now.
Yeah. I will say, generally getting out of the corner is not. Every time I've driven the BMW, it's not a strong suit. I've noticed. A little bit. Tried the crossover and came up a little too quick. So,
but doesn't look like any damage.
No, just a little. Just for Dylan. As we will go back and check in with Nick, and you still got these 3 GTPs running right here as they make their way through. Was it the 17? 172, that is. CJ Conklin running in the, is that Porsche Hurdle? No.
He might have just been trying to get out of the way.
Okay. It's a little bit of iRacing weirdness. The headlight was blinking, causing me to think something was up.
Oh, I think something just happened. I can hear a bit of chatter over the radio. Sean is a little angry.
Let's see, showing a crash for Sean Connors. What happened? Ooh. Gets into the back of Theodore there in the student driver BMW. And is trying to spin it around.
Good place. Looks like he just carrying a little bit of speed. Maybe Theodore wasn't going as fast as he thought he was. Yeah, it looks like even from braking, he was carrying a little more speed.
All in all, didn't really see much damage on the front end of that Merc, so it looks like he probably got a. Let's see, checking with the chat here. Hamilton saying Ponzi has come to play this season. I wouldn't have been able to keep up. Yeah, Chris always short selling himself there. Chris can buy a track 5 minutes, be like, I just bought it. Next thing you know, setting a pole lap.
Yeah.
Oh, Mason passing Dominique here for P1. Let's see what happened. Oh, Dom having a little bit of a slide there. Little Tokyo drift.
Still pretty close. I wonder if Mason can keep this with this traffic. Maybe Dom will have another strike.
I've been trying to figure out every time I go to a replay, it's going to TV3, which is entirely too zoomed in for a replay camera.
Yeah, I was on TV3. I switched off of it after. It just shows you the one car.
Yeah. But you can see here, we are not running the normal F1 circuit. Does not have the last horrible chicane. Probably the worst chicane in iRacing.
Last year and this year, the chicane's gone.
That's right, that's right. As you can see, getting around Mark Thomas there. Back in. Looks like Ponzi is starting to open up a gap on these guys. 1.7 seconds to Alan Elwood. But you still have these other three right here.
There's quite the battle for fourth or third in the GTPs right now. 3 cars all.
Yep.
Jeez.
As they're trying to get around, I believe that's Powell and his McLaren.
Yes, it is. I was holding my breath there for everybody.
Well, let's do this. We can do, this will be a neat little camera angle here as they come up onto the back of Mark Thomas's. Oh, Sahaj running wide there. That's going to do that. Mark running wide.
Oh, that is sketchy. At least one of them was not sketchy.
That shows you the speed difference between these GTPs and GT3s. Dave Tilford has these guys on the back of him. So let's look at Dominique's point of view from the nose. As you can see, the first S's here. And how you're really just parked behind the GT3s until you get to the mid-corner point, regardless of what you want to do.
It's one of those things too. Watching it's close, and even watching in real life, so it's pretty crazy. But if you're driving in iRacing and that's you almost feel like you don't have enough brakes to stop behind them, just with the amount you have to slow.
Yeah, and like right there, putting Kelly on your outside. I mean, you have to trust that the GT3 driver isn't going to touch the grass and spin it down into you. Earlier we saw him going to the outside here. That's going to be sketchy. You got to get that outside moved up quick.
Yeah, we even had a little incident in practice before the stream there, where GT3 took an inside line to try to get away from the GTP, and the GTP didn't expect it and went straight into the back with just how fast the closing speed was. It's pretty intense. It makes for some fun racing, though, I will say that.
And that is Brock Mason right now. So, Mason getting out into the kidney litter, getting a little sideways. That's just got to be terrifying. Let's see. Where else do we have a good battle? Got one right here. Kind of going between Mark Thomas and Nathan sides. They're within a second of each other. Although Dave Tilford has a large gap there on Mark Thomas, about 20 seconds up ahead. So really between... Why is it not live? Okay. SDK's having all sorts of problems on mine tonight. Luckily, the stream stuff looks correct.
That's all that matters in the end.
Yeah. So Tilford running in 8th all the way up to Ponzi in 1st. All these guys are within 5 seconds of each other. You know, so any mistake, you know, if Ponzi slides out wide in a corner, he's going to go back, you know, probably 8 or 9 positions. So it doesn't leave much room for error. Back here.
It's making everybody stay honest. You can't, as much as you want to try to push hard, you know in the back of your head you can't push too hard.
Oh yeah, pushing too hard is a great way to wind up in the kitty litter.
But so far, you know, knock on wood, no major incidents, no major scares. A few bumps here and there, a few accidents. We did have James, but it's been pretty good racing so far.
Yeah, starting to see this group of GT3s up here up front. Ponzi manages, you know, he's got a almost 1.5 second gap over Elwood. Nickerson right there on the back of Elwood.
That's
and
good.
Then Routers.
Right. A little further back there. There's a battle for P10.
Oh yeah. Looking to get around Nathan sides there. See the ancient view from inside that McLaren. It's one of those things like, if you remember seeing things like Star Wars as a kid, and now you look back and you realize like how outdated the displays look. That's what it feels like with that display for that McLaren.
The McLaren and the Ford are the two cars that I want to love, but I just ask why. They're so outdated compared to the rest of the field, but they've been updated to stay competitive. Like, they've had so many new McLarens.
Mark Thomas letting these guys go by there. Yes, Gasket going down here into the corner, just sending it a little bit harder. So seeing the same paint job between James and Powell here. I've got to say I do like the green / high-vis yellow wheels on Powell's version.
Yeah, that is. I think that's the first 212 car to feature anything other than blue or white wheels, and it looks really nice.
It does. I mean, looking back here, actually, the
accident with
Kelly
Bobby
Pointer.
and I believe Kelly. Oh, joined his
Kelly
friend.
trying to avoid. Was that Terry?
Here, Abby apologizing over the radio. Oh, James is in the wall again with an already damaged car. That is not going James's way tonight.
It's not even showing me that on SDK. Let's jump to James here. He's already in the pits.
Ooh.
Let's do about a 16 time replay. Oh, he's still in the pits. Alright. Yep, James is still in the pits. I'm getting all sorts of...
I just watched that on my screen, and I saw Booker has disconnected. So I know he was in another McLaren as well.
Yeah, let's see.
Something
Showing a
else.
crash here for Booker. Let's see what happened here. Booker's already...
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was Booker that I said. Oh yeah, into the wall with the already.
That almost
damaged
looks
car.
like let's hop into the roll bar cam here. I'm thinking he had a hardware failure because that thing just hooks right hard.
I believe he got his new. Oh, he just drove it into the wall. Well, easy spot for the marshals to recover. That was right at the opening.
They're making here with Nickerson running in fourth in GT3. So these guys up front, they've built themselves a little bit of a gap, or the GTPs coming through have built a gap for them. I wonder which one of those might be a little more correct.
The traffic giveth, and traffic taketh.
Absolutely. As you can see, that was Dominic Ford coming around there. And Mason has gotten the lead back from Dominique there. Has he? Hasn't he done that?
It's a pretty sizable gap.
Looks like the GTPs have had a pit phase already.
I was going to say, I just looked at that actually. They were 30 minutes in, and I believe on 50% fuel, they can only go about 25 minutes.
Shows.
Yeah. The GT3s should be starting about now.
Yeah, you got Nickerson, Browder, but Ponzi is still out there pounding around. We are so not quite to the halfway mark. So the question is, did they come in early to try and undercut Ponzi, or?
One thing I do know about the Lambo is I believe it has one of the bigger fuel tanks of 104 liters. I don't know what that is in your freedom units, but so 50% fuel. It has maybe another lap in it, depending on how efficient you can be.
Yeah, that's on the list of things that you never quite know, but you have to run up. See, looking here, will Ponzi be coming in this time, Bob?
Having done some endurance races and stuff with Ponzi, he can be pretty fuel efficient when he wants to.
So, there is a lot of time spent on throttle on this track. I do have to wonder if Ponzi might be able to hold out and make it a one-stop race for him. Ooh, getting a little close to Nick Tyrrell there. Okay, so Ponzi's in one lap later. And that is right at that 30-minute mark. So, I mean, the GT3s normally can one-stop these. I do have to wonder, though.
He might be close. I wonder if that's in his strategy, because it could pay off pretty well.
Yeah, because one lap, because he'll be coming out, and it'll be under 30 minutes to go once he comes out of the pits.
And everybody else is already, well, not most people have stopped before. There's still a few drivers that are, it looks like they're still running. They might be pitting in this lap as well. Strategy
here. So, yeah. Showing Tilford is not pitted yet. No, Tilford's pitting this time around.
Oh, yeah, and Pointer. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are on lap 16 or 17 of their skids.
Here's your one that hasn't pitted. In the old school McLaren.
How far can he push that McLaren?
So,
he's on lap 17. That looks like
Nathan Sods is not pitted in the Audi.
So
everyone else,
though, one lap. They can go one lap longer. They can fuel a little less to the end. Oh no!
Terry Jansen getting a little slideways there through the thing as he will tow back to the pits. Going to bring you a little ad here from our sponsor, Pulse Studios, and we'll be right back.
Are you ready to take your live events to the next level? Look no further than Pulse Studio, your one-stop destination for cutting-edge design solutions. Their expert team of designers specialize in crafting beautiful 3D renderings, animations, and content creation for the live events industry that will captivate your audience and bring your vision to life. Pulse Studio also has you covered for interactive guest experiences. Anything from touchscreen content to immersing guests in unforgettable virtual or augmented reality experiences, guaranteed to leave a lasting impression. From concept to execution, Pulse Studio is here to elevate your events to extraordinary heights. Contact them today by visiting www.pulsestudio.com and bring your dreams to reality.
All right, there's a little word from our sponsor, Pulse Studios. Tyler, I believe you have a little something to say about Pulse, right? Putting you on the spot, you done forgotten about it now.
I don't even know what you said. Your mic cut out.
Oh, I was saying, I believe you had a little thing to say about Pulse here tonight.
We were joking about that earlier. PulseStudio.com. Great for all your specific needs that they can fulfill.
Now you just need another 2 minutes of filler.
Yeah, exactly. That's not where I do a little jingle.
I think we might have to save the viewers from that embarrassment. But looking after our pit phase here, checking in with a GTP, you have Dominique Ford with your lead here. Mason Smith in second. Brandon up to third now, getting ahead of Nick Terrell. And then Sahaj Padiyar and Thaddeus Marshall. So if we pull up our pitch... Oh, hey, the pit strategy has been pulled up apparently. So it looks like, yep, everybody pitted. The last ones being... Yep, Roderick, Tilford, Pointer, looks like. Because I'm now showing... Go. Where did Powell go? Powell did in fact pit on lap 18.
Now in 9.
So
It looks like he will have the 3-lap pressure tires that most people up front, but how much does that come into effect? We know he won't have to pit again. Some of the other guys up front might have to, just depending on how fuel efficient they can be.
Ponzi's right there on that borderline. With Ponzi, it may boil down to where he is on track when the timer runs out. You know, whether or not he has to do that one possible extra lap.
Yeah. It'll be interesting coming out. We still have 22 minutes. Or 24 minutes almost.
Oh, running wide there. I guess giving plenty of room for that GTP. Was that? Yep, Mason Smith. So you can kind of see the gaps here for the GTPs. Almost a straightaway, a full back straight there between Dominique and Brandon. And then another one, about a half of one back to Nick. Sahaj is on back there a little bit more. And then when we go, Thaddeus Marshall is good ways back, showing about 20 seconds back. And then Abhivya Srivastava another 20 seconds back there. Let's see, so it looks like Ponzi coming up here for lap number, I believe that's going to be 20 for these GT3s. And then Alan Elwood there, Jake Browder, Nick Nickerson. Kevin Peak, haven't seen too much out of him tonight. Looks like he is running the, is that the same paint job? Yep, looks like he might be a teammate there of Jake Browder. So
Those
running,
two.
was that fifth? So nice performance there.
Kevin's been having a pretty good quiet race so far. Not too many incidents.
Yeah,
or
sometimes that's all you want. You know, just come in, do your laps, and you know, nothing to go wrong.
Exactly. If you're not on the broadcast, it can be both a good thing and a bad thing.
Absolutely. So it looks like AJ Roderick here is one of the guys running the Audi here tonight. So a little bit more of a car that's becoming slightly more popular. We haven't seen it much the previous seasons. So he's doing well down here in sixth. And then you have Tilford in the Porsche in that is seventh. Kelly Pointer, after that little spin earlier, is back to eighth. Little ways back there, about 11 seconds back, you have Powell. running in ninth, and Nathan Sides a little ways back in another Audi. That's a nice paint job as well. Like the bluey kind of paint. Kind of gives me reminds me of some of Dane Simpson's paint jobs.
It does look good. It complements the body of the car there.
And Mark Thomas having what looks to be a pretty clean race there. So good to see him back. And we have Taylor Schaefer.
Tim.
Yeah, there's a nice little battle going in here. Tim kind of peeking to the inside there. Little Porsche on Porsche violence, possibly. So let's see, is this a case of Tim coming up to the back of Taylor, or Taylor has just gotten around Tim and is about to pull over?
Hey, equal opportunities. Just for the sake of entertainment, I'm hoping Tim's catching him. Be nice to see a little battle happen.
Yeah. Showing an accident here from Curtis, and also showing one at the same time for Theo. What happened with Curtis here? Is Porsche going to do Porsche things?
Oh,
Yep.
it does.
The back end comes around.
Oh,
and,
that is. Oh.
Theo trying to
Yeah.
go to the inside to avoid it, and that just hurts.
Oh, that front end looks a little bit crunched on that BMW. It's unfortunate. There was not much Theo could do. It's a blind corner for you, and you're already holding the line. Car stopped on the exit.
Yep, the big old sniffer there.
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
I hadn't seen much out of John Crane tonight, running in that Lambo with the, I want to call it camouflage, but that's not a camouflage thing
It's
anywhere. I know
it's
it's DDE, but
yeah. You can call it the orange urban camo, I guess, or something.
I guess it would fit in on a graffiti wall. It might blend into a graffiti wall. Maybe that's what it's for. So.
He's just out there testing Lamborghini's new parts, you know? They put the camo wrap on their test cars. He just doesn't want you to see what's going on.
Showing here check-in with CJ Conklin in the, what is that, speed? I can't read this out. Speed something. I'm not great at reading cursive on cars doing 100-something miles an hour. Speaking of which, let's see what these GT3s are achieving on the top end of the straightaway here in this Porsche. Looks like 140, 150, 155. So, not a bad speed at all. Ooh, Mason getting very close to the back there.
Is it bad that I don't know? Oh, that was a...
Oh, and Dom to the inside. Let's get right to the TV spot there. We're going to have to rewatch this one again. See if
I
Mason...
thought somebody was going in the wall there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's one of those corners where you've got, GTP's closing speed there is probably 40, 50 miles an hour. So to them, it's like if you're driving down a country road and all of a sudden the tire falls off the truck in front of you. You got to go somewhere quick.
Pretty much.
We're showing a crash here for Sahaj Patio. Let's see what's happened here. Going down to the inside of the GT3. And, loses the back end. Barely into the kitty litter there, but gets it turned around and going again. Let's watch this pass for the lead one more time here from Dom's perspective. Yep.
Wow.
Dom using the GT3s as a pick somehow to get past Mason. I mean,
that looked pretty smooth too.
What is this, lap 22? We're going to have to. Remind me later that we're going to have to clip that. That's going to be good. We'll go back here live. And Dom and Mason still battling it out here. As they are on track. They are coming into the last sector here. As you can see,
Do
doing almost 100 miles an hour before getting onto the back straight. I said they're in this. No, they're in that's okay. Yep. I'm just going to disable my local copy of SDK because it is driving me insane. There we go. So now they're into the final sector. A little bit of traffic this go around up ahead.
This is a pretty good battle going on right here. These are two drivers that are very fast and don't usually make mistakes.
No, yeah, they are definitely on the list of good ones. And as you see, the GTP's hitting 187 miles an hour before the braking zone for turn 1. And we saw the Porsche doing about 150. So yeah, they're closing in at 35, 40 miles an hour towards the end of that.
That's quite the difference.
Yeah, I mean, and they're coming into these corners 100 miles an hour, whereas the GT3s are at 70. So that closing speed is definitely not on the list of easy to deal with problems.
Especially once you start braking and or turning, and the suspension's loaded, and you don't have the reaction time, even just the time for the car to react, just to make a quick adjustment.
Checking over for GT3, looks like AJ Roderick has gotten up to the back here of Kevin Peak. As you can see right behind him, the GTP leaders are breathing down their neck. So is this going to give Mason an opportunity to repay Dom the favor for the traffic? Let's stay on the back of each other here. GT3's going to open the door and let him go through.
Doesn't even look like it really didn't really affect the way the GT3 battle happened.
No, they're still right on top of each other, and I think it brought Mason back up to the back of Dominique there, but it's not a huge change up there either.
It's about the best you can hope for when coming into traffic. Two cars tunneling in each class, and they make it through pretty much unscathed, unchanged.
So this is one of those things, one of the reasons I won't personally drive the GTP or for corners like this when you're, these guys are doing 100 miles an hour through this corner and you get a little bit of aero wash, and if that Audi loses a little bit of rear downforce, it will snap on you and there is no saving it.
It's just gone. The Audi is a hard drive. It requires a finesse. Good on the guys that are running it this season. They clearly can be pretty quick.
Showing Mason got around Dominique for a split second.
Oh! He's splitting. Mason's still ahead. But
so
they're
Mason
side by
and Dom
side.
splitting Nickerson. Yeah. Last season when they were all in GT3. That is not a conversation we would have been having. But this battle here
it is intense.
Right up back to the gearbox of Mason there. Go back live here. They should be at the end of the straightaway if I have them selected. Mason's still holding out the lead here over Dom. Only 0.2 of a second between these guys. Let's see, Barry's prediction and Ponzi is looking very good here tonight, Barry. Dom looking to maybe do a little cutback maneuver here. Getting side by side.
They're alongside. It's been like 40 minutes of these two just at it with each other. Oh, contact.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, it was. Dom gets the lead.
Yep.
I don't know how long for though.
But it's all just like Cena says.
We're into the final 13 minutes, getting into the closing stages. And these two are separated about half a second.
3/10, 2/10. They are on each other. See Mason trying to get that last little bit of draft off of the GT3 there. We're going to mute our mics here for a minute, Tyler, do a little love to hear it, and turn these guys' sound up.
Let's do it.
Alright, we are back after that little bit of love to hear it. Let's check in here with our leaders, Dominique and Mason, still running about, what is that, half a second apart. We have about 9 minutes left to go in this race. So as you can see there from the track map, everybody is kind of spread out all over the track. So these lovely cams that should just have action on every single corner when we look at it, except for the second one we got to. I was sitting there looking at the track map going, oh yeah, everything's populated. So some of these static cams should look pretty nice. Nothing.
That's the way it had to be.
All right, so look, Mason and Dom back into pit road now.
Abby just ahead of them. And I saw, I guess, it's about a lap ago now, Thad dove into the pits. He had a little incident during that that bit there. He went straight into the hairpin.
Oh, that's not. Oh, did you see Mason have to back up a little bit? That's going to give Dom a little bit. And, yeah, not going to be.
Oh, I know
Mason.
they went in like about 7/10 apart, so there might just be a second or two now.
No, it's more than that.
Oh.
4.7.
Oh, no.
That's going to be hard for Mason to make back up.
We have 7.5 minutes. He must be hoping for some really bad traffic for Dom now.
So,
Stabilizing.
Tyler, you want to pull up the rain forecast to see if we may have a little playtime possibly?
There is 1% in 30 minutes.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
I was really, really hoping for some rain. I set up some practice sessions this week with Carl's same everything, and both times, first time I had a wet track that dried, and then it rained. The second time it was dry for about an hour, then it rained, but the rain was a little iffy, and it kind of sprinkled for a bit, then it stopped, then it came down. But
that would have been so nice.
Oh, I was really, really hoping that we were going to get some rain action.
As Mason, yep, Dom has taken that opportunity and grown that gap out to 5.6 seconds. So you can see, there you go, almost the entire straightaway Dom has over Mason Smith now.
That is really unfortunate with how they've been going. One tiny mistake like that, and you need a miracle to get back.
Check in here with Tim Ponzi, our GT3 leader. Still enjoying a 1.7 second gap there over Alan Elwood. So, you know, Ponzi been leading the entire event. So let's check in here on our pit strategy real quick and pull that back up. As you can see, looks like Ponzi. So Elwood did 16 laps. If he can only get 16 off the tank, he would have to pit next lap.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a GT3 in the pits. Kevin Peak is in the pits.
So Kevin Peak pitted on lap 15. So he pitted one lap earlier than everybody. So he is going to definitely take a splash and dash, I would imagine.
And, it looks like Thad is bump drafting James down the front straight. That is awesome.
Oh no, he's going to do it for the entire thing. Too bad there's not an award for fastest GT3.
Maybe it could be a broadcaster's award. We can give it out. It doesn't mean anything, but
let's pull up the dashboard and see if he does it again. We'll see how fast a GT3 can be pushed by Thaddeus Marshall. You know, I did that in, we had a off-road truck series. We were running the Pro 4s and the Pro 2 lights. And my race was over due to a mistake I made. And I just spent the rest of the race trying to push a B around in the Pro 2 light.
I feel like you would like the combo that I oh, they're doing it again. The iRacing Weekly Challenge is the Pro 2 at Montreal. That's right. Oh, Abby in the wall hard.
Oh.
Oh no.
I want to see if that does it again. Let's see how fast that can get. And James is like, no touch, no touch, no touch. Dad's going to be here like, nope, I'm touching.
Look, there it is.
150. 160.
What kind of 2-1-2 orders are that?
Oh,
no! Oh!
that gone wrong. How fast did he get that GT3 up to? I'm gonna have
We
to
should
go
watch
to,
that from the nose cam of Thad there.
Yep, we can do that. Well, let's see. I want to get the speed here on. Where is it? Show the dash. Oh, it doesn't do the dashboard when. Oh, that's live only. Okay. So let's go to Thaddeus Marshall. Nose cam.
Oh. There is also a good battle right now between Tilford and Browder. They are bumper to bumper.
Get back to TV1 here.
If that James Pearson, Thad Marshall incident thing was not some sort of 2-1-2 team orders. Those guys are just out having fun.
So looks like Browder has not pitted, but he made it 16 laps last time. They only have to make it 2 more minutes.
Yeah, and then it all depends where the white flag comes out for the GTPs, and it gets pretty.
He's got
nice.
Tilford's got Roderick right on his back bumper as well.
Looks like he's going for the move.
Yep, taking it to the inside there. Tilford not quite having enough to hang on to the inside for the next corner, but is right back here. Is he going to have a good, decent draft to take it back in the next one?
Maybe he'll do like the front bumper says and pow out of the way.
Give him the zoom. Oh, trying for the crossover down into the braking zone. That's the Porsche specialty, is hard on the brakes.
And then it's really good out of those corners. The rear engine rear wheel drive. Oh, he gets it.
And he's under the back of Brower now.
There's
I'm wondering if
Mason.
Brower is running out of fuel.
Oh, loses out again.
Kind of got boxed in there. Let's jump in with Browder here.
It
Into
would
the
be
cockpit.
interesting if
Oh,
he's
not
trying.
the cockpit.
Oh.
Not the cockpit. Roll bar.
Oh, John.
Dear. Well, I have to leave the cockpit alone for when I drive. I'm not redoing it every time. That's why I have the roll bar and the gyro cams for the internals. So, listening to him, it doesn't say. Yep, there he goes. He had to go into the pits. Nickerson into the pits.
That is unfortunate because there is 0 seconds left now. He went in with maybe 5 seconds left.
But the thing is, look where Dominique Ford is. Dominique just took the white flag then that lap. I wish SDK could show us when the white flag was, because we have to wind up doing to see that is to go to our starter cam, and I gotta find somebody that's on the front stretch. Looks like the 715. And where is Barney with that? No. Not gonna show him to me.
I'm not sure if my eye overlay is correct, but it looks like Ponzi has a 27-second gap between him and second place.
He does, because Ponzi made it that one extra lap because Elwood had to pit. Tilford.
Oh my goodness.
Tilford being the big winner in all this. Not pitting.
And it's looking like Nickerson. No, Roderick is up 5 spots from the start. Pointer up 3. David up 3.
But where's
Elwood up
Ponzi
2.
having to go into the pits? He didn't have enough to make it. But look, there's Tilford. There's Dominique Ford taking the checkered. Tilford is going.
No. Oh, and Ponzi has to reverse.
No, well, Ponzi just has to finish now. If he crosses the line, but did he? Is his pit? His pit box is in front of the line. Oh no.
So.
But he's guaranteed that position because
Yeah, because Elwood and Tilford
Have
took
finished.
the finish
Yeah.
before they could pass. So, wow.
So Ponzi pretty much just guaranteed that he was going to be able to make it.
Wow.
I bet that had to scare Tim a whole lot.
He doesn't know. I just heard him over the radio saying GTs still have a lap to go, but I don't think he realizes he's the
only he
one.
was that far enough ahead that he was the only one.
He doesn't. Oh my! I can't wait for that interview. Wow.
Let's see. Looks like one of Ponzi's relatives saying "Go, sweetheart." I'm assuming that would be his wife over there in chat.
I mean, he just dominated that. Like, started second, got the lead, stayed.
Yeah, if I was Tim, I would have been looking at the relative when I saw that I had 27 seconds to Allen and probably only 10 seconds to Dom. I'd have laid off the gas to not have to do one.
Now, I would have too, but he wouldn't have known because it would have shown only the cars right behind him.
Well, it depends on if he's running any overlays.
That is true. But I can't believe, yeah.
Tim's still racing like he's got somebody chasing him.
He's got... he doesn't even know the race is over.
So that should be everyone across the line there. Yep, we got some results here. Let's pull up our GTPs. There we go. Dominique Ford taking your win tonight. Mason Smith 7.8 seconds back behind after that bad pit time there for Mason. Brandon taking home third. Nick Terrell in fourth. Sahaj Padiyar in fifth. Thaddeus Marshall in sixth. And Abiy Vishwavasan in seventh. Let's pull up our GT3 category here. Tim Ponzi taking home the win and one entire lap ahead of Alan Elwood and Dave Tilford. It sounds a lot more impressive than what reality actually is. Kelly Pointer in fourth, AJ Roderick in fifth, Nick Nickerson in sixth, Powell Casca in seventh, Kevin Peake in eighth, Nathan Sides in ninth, Jake Browder all the way down in 10th after having a pit on those last laps there. Mark Thomas in 11th, Tim Thompson in 12th, Sean Connors in 13th, Taylor Schaefer in 14th, Theodore in 15th, Curtis in 16th, CJ Conklin in 17th, and John Crane in 18th. I believe there'll be one more set of people here. 19th, Terry Jansen, 20th, Brian Robertson, 21st, Derek Booker, and 22nd, James Pierce. So, what a crazy, crazy finish there. Let's see, who do we have in the waiting room here? So, looking at this, I'm going to go back one spot here to make sure I actually pulled the correct people in this week. Looks like Dave Tilford will be our first in GT3. So, pull him in here. David, this is John in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, right there at the end, not pitting for fuel being a kind of a boon there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I noticed when I pit that it was probably going to be pretty close to the optimal fuel strategy if I just saved a tiny bit, which I did and made sure I was in the window. And we had a heck of a battle even amongst the fuel saving. I think Jake Browder was kind of trying to back me up, going real slow into some corners, and made the fight between myself and I believe it was AJ pretty intense, going back and forth. And then just managed to nip him there.
Yeah, it looked like AJ and Jake both had to pit as well. So we don't think that Ponzi knew that the race was actually over. He was the only one doing one extra lap.
Yeah, he said that over the mic. His race might not have been over if he crossed the start finish before the GTP leader. I'm not sure. He said something about his race not being done. So he might have been needing that extra lap.
We were kind of laughing about that in the broadcast. because we watched as it was over for everybody behind him, and then I heard him come over and say the GT race isn't done.
Yeah, well,
We were just-
technically it is. If everyone behind him is finished, he's he's pretty much locked in, so he didn't have to worry too much there.
Yeah, that's one of those. If he would have qualified a little differently, it may have cost him something. But I think even still, he had the entire field. He had about a 27-second lead.
Yeah, I mean his pace was ridiculous tonight. Not surprising. He brings pace every week, and yeah, this is a group of some pretty quick guys in GT3 in the top 10 for sure. I think it's pretty much going to be fun battling every week. So yeah, I think looking forward to the rest of the season here.
Well, congratulations on the podium tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to on that number 12 machine before we let you go celebrate?
Just shout out to my family as always, and to the guys out here on the track, and to you guys up in the booth. Thank you for doing this for us, and yeah, we will see you next week.
All right. Well, we'll see you, David. All right. That's third place, Dave Tilford. We're going to bring Alan Elwood into the booth. Tyler, take it away.
For me, so
Alan, you got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
How was that race from your point of view there?
Oh man, got caught off guard by the fuel mileage there at the end. To be quite honest, I didn't have that in mind the whole race. I don't know if some other people were saving the course of it, but I had no idea. So I short pit trying to gain some advantage on Tim, and then come to find out there at the end I'm about a lap short, and I'm like, well, this sucks. So there with a couple laps left, I tried to clutch a little just to give me a little bit of wiggle room. And then I was like, well, I've got a big enough gap, basically kind of like F1. I'm sitting here like I could probably come in here and get just a splash and get back out, still stay in second. And I did, luckily. But yeah, just caught off guard there at the end with that. So that kind of sucks. I had to give up the time to Tim. But overall, I had a lot of fun. It's really one of the first times I've raced this track, and kind of had to learn it on the fly along with picking a car. Wasn't sure what to choose, and felt like I think I made the right choice with what I was comfortable with. And so yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I had a blast racing those guys up at the front.
Well, apparently you made the right choice with the car and learning the track, and we were watching, and it was pretty close at the end there, but you definitely had a pretty good pace all night, and you definitely deserve that P2.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I surprised myself with the pace I had. Starting off in practice, I was like a second off, and I just kept chipping away at it. And of course, you get those off tracks. You're not really sure what you can do with a clean lap. This track is horrific track penalties. There's corners that you can go into, hit the exit, and have all four tires pass the line, and then other tires you sniff the white line, and it gives you an X. So that was kind of frustrating there to try to keep up with Tim and try to stay up at the front, and then you're trying to balance that off track situation. So I think I had a pole lap. I think it was my second lap, and I barely got an X going through that kind of quick right-handed kink there toward the end of the lap. And I was so mad I didn't even have all four tires across the line. So I was like, well, that kind of stinks. But it is what it is. Everybody's got to deal with it. So you just got to take what it gives you. And I think we did all right.
I would say so. Is there anybody you'd like to thank on that your car there?
Yeah, just real quick, Simrat Market. I'm a designer over there. Head on over simratmarket.com and grab yourself a base. Easy to paint and get started if you're not into painting yet. Super easy to buy one and get started on that. So head on over there and catch what we have on to offer. And I want to give a shout out to AJ Roderick. Came home with a P5. He managed the fuel well, really there at the end, and got himself a top 5. So really proud of him for the effort he got tonight. And everybody else on the team, and you guys here in the booth, and everybody here in the league. It's been a lot of fun so far, so hope we keep it going.
All right, well, we'll let you relish in your P2 there.
I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good evening.
You too. That was second place. Alan Elwood will bring Tim Ponzi into the booth here. Tim, you got a copy?
Got a copy.
So fuel strategy, I believe Tyler said that Lambo has a rather large tank on it.
It does. Yeah, it does. I was close, but I just couldn't make it work.
Well, you
I was a
finished
little
a
worried
lap
there at the
ahead of
end.
everybody.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I know Alan was keeping me pretty honest there. And I seen him drop off. I thought he spun. Well, I just talked to him before the broadcast and or before the interview. I guess he got a little slow down and but it seemed like he was right there with me, so I was just kind of trying to be consistent and click off some laps.
Well, it looks like saving that fuel really helped you there. Probably should have just laid off the gas a little bit. I think Dom was only like 5 seconds behind you. You wouldn't have had to do that extra victory lap.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I was kind of curious because people are pulling over. I'm like, oh no, did everybody make it on fuel except for me? Or so yeah, it was a little confusing at the end, but I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, showing you only had 7 off tracks, and I mean I know SDK is not the most accurate reporting of that, but some of these guys like Mason and some others showing 30. So
Ooh.
I know it's not true because we would have seen him serve a drive-through. So, but
yeah, there was a couple. I think I picked up a few in the beginning just to kind of I was pushing the pace to kind of I wanted to break that gap and I wanted to get around those guys and a couple bobbles between me and Nick and Alan, and after that it was kind of clear sailing.
Well, again, congratulations, and looking forward to next week.
Well, where are we next week? I haven't
Let's see. Next week we are at.
I believe it's Red Bull Ring.
I like
yes,
that
Red
place.
Bull
I
Ring.
think. Yeah.
Is it gonna rain?
87% chance and nada. So
Well,
at some point,
is that what it's
I'm
saying
gonna have
next
to
week?
pay
So
Carl
I'll
to.
just practice.
And I know this week was around there. And I was looking at it through the race, and the highest we got was 30%, and then it dropped to 1%.
Yeah, I was ready for it.
I'm gonna have to message Carl and tell him that I'm setting the weather right before the session.
There you go.
I'll plan something out.
go.
I won't make it too bad. No torrentials. No 10 inches of water.
Ain't we running Nürburgring?
I would be happy
Oh,
with
my.
that, but you know.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So,
By the end of the
That sounds
broadcast,
interesting.
we were following 3 people that survived.
I would be having fun calling it. And there's plenty for us to watch the wrecks. But with that being said, congratulations on the win here tonight. Anybody want to give a shout out to on that 46
Hey,
machine before we
Thank
let
you
you
very
go?
much. Yeah, the usual. You guys, for sure. I mean, you guys do a great job up there in the booth, and yeah, shout out to Vigsy Motorsports. Guys are coming over, and like I said, we're getting quicker every week. Although I haven't put a lot of time in this week, but we'll get back to it. And yeah, thanks to the wife for putting up with my shenanigans.
Well, again, congratulations, and hopefully we'll catch you next week.
All right, take care, guys.
All right. Let's see here. See if we can find Brandon. I do not see him in the Discord. So that would mean we will bring in Mason Smith here. And drop him in there. That way he sees that. Mason, this is John and Tyler in the booth. You get a copy.
Yes, I got a copy.
So at the end there, we saw you having to take that last fuel splash and go. And looks like you had a little bit of trouble in the pit lane.
I had fair share of mistakes this race, not just in pit lane, but some, I think, out on the track maybe just a little bit, and a little bit of unfortunate luck. But yeah, that's what really happened tonight. Is like I had like 3-4 opportunities to get that race and get that win, but I didn't take it, and more so blew it. But you know, it was a learning process, because the way Dom races, I think, because right now I was just going over how you passed me. He's really good at doing that, and I think that's something like I want to improve on. And also just pit strategy wise, the iRacing's default pit calculator not that great. Maybe I'll use something like SDK or whatever.
Overlay works pretty good.
Yeah,
Maybe crew
something
chief.
like that. But yeah, I think overall it was I had a really fun race. Disappointed because it's all dry. There's no wet puddles.
Yeah, we were a little disappointed by that. You know, it was going to be fun watching y'all struggle a little, but we may
Yeah.
have to save that for Nürburgring.
You know, my bad for the wet practice sessions. Then it didn't end up being wet.
Yeah, nah, you're fine. It's all good. I'm pretty sure we'll get like one like fully rain race eventually.
If I can convince Carl, we will. So, congratulations on second place tonight. Anybody want to give a shout out to on that 6 machine before we let you go celebrate?
You know, I do want to take extra shout out to Dom because for that amazing race, and always to the family that watches me race every week from now.
Well, again, congratulations. Hopefully, we'll catch you next week.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So it looks like Brandon got into the chat, so we'll bring in Brandon here into the interview room. Brandon, you got a copy?
I do. What's up, guys?
So, you know, we saw you having a little bit of a battle there with Nick in the Scooby-Doo machine for a while, but coming out on top for a podium spot there in third. You know, how'd the race go from your point of view?
Man, that was hectic. It was hard to find some grip out there. We were just trying to manage the tires and make sure we could get the thing going off the corners. And you could probably see us dirt tracking it a little bit. All of us were struggling there. But that 3-car battle, that was really fun. That was some good racing. Hard racing, but clean racing.
Well, congratulations on the third. You looking forward to next week at Red Bull Ring?
Red Bull Ring is one of my least favorite tracks. The off tracks can really start to add up there, and so we're gonna make sure we buckle down, do some practice, try to keep the thing between the lines, and try to have some pace.
Well, unfortunately, it wasn't wet for this race, and I'm not sure what it's looking like for any of the others. So maybe we'll get something wet for y'all to play in.
Yeah, we brought the rain tires for nothing today. I was kind of excited for it, but kind of happy that it held off. I mean, we were struggling with grip in the dry, so I couldn't imagine what it'd be like with a little bit of water on the track. But we'll save them for some point during the season.
All right. Well, congratulations on 30. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, big shout out to Core for putting this thing on. Big shout out for you guys in the booth. And thanks for kind of putting us out there. We got Bumper Thumper Traction Compound, Race Tools Direct, Competition Auto Body, Highside Motorsports, and you know, everybody that supports us doing what we're doing. So,
Well, congratulations, and we will catch you next week, hopefully.
yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. All right, we'll bring Dominique Ford in here. Dominique, this is John and Tyler in the booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
So, another win for you. Looks like everything kind of came up, turning up, Dom. We saw Mason make a few passes on you. Saw you use a few GT3s as picks to get back around him. So, all in all, a great race to watch from our point of view. How did it feel for you there in the car?
I mean, it felt okay. Love racing with Mason. He's an amazing driver. Lap one, we had some good battles for like 5 or 6 laps, and then I kind of dialed out. We went through the traffic. I had some misfortunes with some traffic. I got rear-ended and had to come in and pit. Luckily, it was the same lap I needed to come in and pit, so it kind of worked out. But a little bummed out. I lost the lead, and you know. But overall, it was a great race. Some GT3 drivers had some questionable moves, but overall, it was really good.
Well, congratulations on the win. You looking forward to Red Bull Ring next week?
Is it Red Bull Ring or Sebring? Is it? Well, either way, whether it's Red Bull Ring or Sebring, they're both amazing tracks, and I love both of those tracks, and they're really good. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, we can get some more good racing.
Oh wait,
It
Oh, it
does
is
look
Sebring.
like
I was looking at an old schedule apparently.
what?
Oh.
Yeah, 5-2 Sebring.
Oh yeah. It looks like the chance of rain is also none.
You know,
And,
Sebring
that
would be a
might
great
change
one to
after
add
this
the
race.
rain back.
Red
I
Bull
don't
Ring
think
is
so.
after Sebring. Also,
Yeah.
Stop
no
making any
rain.
good ideas.
Well, I mean, my idea was a wet Nürburgring, but you know, I'm a little bit of a sadist.
Well, if you can drive the GTPs wet in the wet Nürburgring, I think we can do that. Only if you can drive it, though. I think that would be a really good idea.
You know, the sad thing is that would probably be the one combo in one place I could probably actually pull that off. Yeah, it was a handful at Sebring. I know that much. So, anybody you want to give a shout out to on that 91 machine before we let you go celebrate?
Like always, big shout out to the field. You know, still getting used to this IMSA racing. Some of those GT drivers in the back, you know, they got some practicing to do. I don't know. I try to be safe when I'm overtaking, so maybe some of the GT2 drivers could, you know, stick to the racing line. Big shout out to Mason. I loved racing out there with him. You know, he's so fast, and we were able to have a really good race together. So that was exciting. But yeah, I think that's really it. Shout out to you. You know, you're in the broadcast. Love to go back and watch a broadcast after this. This one was an exciting race, so we'll see how it is. But I think I ticked all the boxes. So
Yeah, I think there should be plenty of time watching you and Mason going back and forth.
You guys
Could be
kept it
exciting.
interesting.
Well, I mean, I hope so. We try to. The pit stop after the second pit stop, we kind of spaced that at the end of the race, but those first 35 laps were really fun.
Well, congratulations, and hopefully we will catch you next week.
Yeah, likewise. Have a good night.
You too. All right. That was Dominique Ford, your winner, and let's look back through here and see if it will play nice and show me the race results. Your top three being Dominique Ford, Mason Smith, and Brandon in GTP. We'll do the top three here in GT3. Would be Tim Ponzi, Alan Elwood, and Dave Dilford. So from everyone here in Core, we wish y'all a great week and catch us on our next broadcast. Thank you much.
Unlike those times it goes for like 8-9 hours.
Are you ready to take your live events to the next level? Look no further than Pulse Studio, your one-stop destination for cutting-edge design solutions. Their expert team of designers specialize in crafting beautiful 3D renderings, animations, and content creation for the live events industry that will captivate your audience and bring your vision to life. Pulse Studio also has you covered for interactive guest experiences, anything from touchscreen content to immersing guests in unforgettable virtual or augmented reality experiences, guaranteed to leave a lasting impression. From concept to execution, Pulse Studio is here to elevate your events to extraordinary heights. Contact them today by visiting www.pulsestudio.com and bring your dreams to reality.